Okay. So today we will start our discussion related to Unit 3, that is scope of education. Under scope of education from different learning environment, there are three areas. One is informal education, another is formal education, and non-formal education. But I want your response. What do you understand the term informal education? If anybody,
Sir,
Sir,
informal
informal
education
education means
is a general term
education
for
ଆମର family
education that can
environment.
occur outside the school and university.
any example?
Sir, example is family
Family
and
society.
NGOs.
Sir, informal
Okay.
education
Any
often
other?
goes consciously and unconsciously also.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
सर
How any other?
इनफॉर्मल एजुकेशन कौनसी फिक्स ऑब्जेक्टिव न थाए ना कौनसी फिक्स टाइम टेबल न थाए एथरे कौनसी जत्ते बेले सिखि परिबा हम चाहिले एटा बेसिकली एग्जांपल हमर फैमिली हे गला मीडिया हे गला तापरे हमर सोसाइटी रे किसी हे गला
Okay. Very good.
Sir,
Anybody?
informal education,
Continue.
See, any kind of learning environment.
Hello. Sir,
Yes.
informal education is a lifelong process. It starts from birth and ends in death, till death.
Okay. Anybody?
sir, informal education which child learns from his nearer environment. No syllabus is required for that education.
Okay. Very good. Achha, one thing I should inform you. Most of time you are raising your hands. Sasmita Mahanta, Rakesh Mahananda, Gulijabin Quadri. Have you any doubt, any question? Who are raising the hands?
No, sir.
Yes.
नो सर
Don't raise your hands. So be conscious. So it puzzles me. If you have any doubt, then you can ask, no problem. But if there is no question, so you should not raise your hands. Okay, Sasmita Mahanta, still now you have also raised your hands. Okay, so please maintain it. Okay, so that you told, informal education is a lifelong process that starts at the time of conception and ends at the fundal pyre, means it is the journey from womb to tomb. So throughout the life, in every situation, in every incident, there is a scope for us to learn, to gather some experience and to behave accordingly in different situations. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Whether my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So under informal education, now let us discuss the different characteristics. What are the different characteristics? You know, outcome of the interaction between a child or a learner with his or her social environment. What do you understand with this sentence? Yes? Anybody? Outcome of the interaction between a child or a learner with his or her own social environment.
Sir, this
Sir,
can be
या माने
better
हैला कि
Sir, this can be better
Yes.
understood with reference to Vygotsky theory. Like he proposes that a child interacts with his environment and get to know and learn many more things.
Very good, nice. Okay, anybody?
So learning from own experience.
Yes. So where we living? We are living. Yes.
Well,
Sir, in a society.
Yes, we are living in the society, in the community, in our own environment. Suppose we think about the child of a tribal area. His environment, his social environment must be different from the child who lives in Cuttack or Bhubaneswar. And the environment of that child must be different. The child's environment who is living in Mumbai or Delhi. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The rural people, the urban people are living in different environment. So that there is a very good interaction between the individual and the environment, social environment, where the child is living in the society, in the community. After interaction, the child learns more. The child learns more. Suppose a child is going to the temple or mosques or any church, any type of religious institutions. Gathering the experience gives more knowledge in his or her day-to-day life, and which will be helpful in his academic career and to develop his or her life skill and how to perform his day-to-day activities in the professional field or at home or any part of his life. It will help and it will give the better skill how to perform his or her duties smoothly. That is the outcome of interaction between a child and his own social environment. That you told Vygotsky theory of social development. So under social situations, the knowledge can be constructed. Therefore, today we are giving the tips and the suggestions to our pupil teachers. Dear pupil teachers, you should think about the child's social environment. Using that social environment, so you have to take or carry on your teaching activities so that the child can be experienced from that environment and used in his or day-to-day life. It will be more helpful for the child to learn, to develop his conceptual concepts, not organized and structured. Suppose we think about the formal education, there is organized. So you have to attend the school at 10 a.m., leave the school at 4 p.m. There are number of periods, prescribed syllabus is there. According to the syllabus, your teaching learning activities will be organized. There will be assessment. The assessment should be formative and summative. After summative assessment, you have to promote it to next class. There must be a systematic process, structured process. But think about the informal education, there is no structured process. If you go to the jungle, then you have to learn. There are 4 friends story. Have you heard or not? The 4 friends story. अरे चारि संग कथा सुनिछ ना सुनिन?
Nice, sir.
No, sir.
Once upon a time, 4 friends.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, just I am telling you, listen. Once upon a time, 4 friends lived in a village. Out of 4 friends, 3 friends were the scholars, intelligents. But one friend was not scholar, he was not educated, but he had common sense. Common sense, you know what is common sense? Yes, he had common sense. But other 3 friends were the scholars. Once they decided to leave the village to go outside in search of good job and earning money. One friend told, we shouldn't take our 4th friend who is uneducated with us, because unnecessarily we will earn money, he will get a part. But other friends did not agree with him, because as they were the childhood friends, so what they will earn, they will divide in between 4. So they decided to take that uneducated friend to travel the far away of the village. So next day they started their journey. Okay, I will listen. Next day they started their journey. And when they were traveling through a jungle, one friend asked, oh, there are number of bones of a dead lion lying scatteredly. One friend told, So here we have to test our knowledge, our learning. One friend orderly put the all bones and give the skin. Another friend with his knowledge gave the what? Blood and flesh. Fourth one is going to give the lion the life. During their time, as a third one, fourth friend told them, dear friend, don't give him the life. After getting the life, he will attack us. All three laughed at him. One told, therefore I told we should not take with us, with this uneducated friend. Listening this, when the third one is ready to give life to that dead lion, the fourth friend automatically climbed up the tree in fear, and the third friend gave it the life. After getting the life, the lion rose, felt hungry, immediately attacked all three friends and killed them. Dear students, tell me, who is really educated? All the three or the fourth friend?
Sir,
The
fourth.
fourth friend.
Fourth one.
Sir, the fourth one.
The fourth friend.
Yes, yes,
They have only studied,
yes,
but they are not knowledgeable.
yes. They all
The
three friends
three,
got education. Yes, yes. Vinod Kuha, you continue, Vinod.
yes, sir, all the three friends had knowledge, but they did not think that if they will give their life, what will happen? What will be their consequences?
Yes. So they got the knowledge through organized and structured way. They attend the group classroom or any educational institutions, read something, listened something, and got knowledge in the structural process. But the fourth friend, who could not attend the school and college, spent his life in village, getting real life experience. From that real life experience, he realized, applied his common sense and wit. Oh, after getting life, it will attack us and it will kill us. Similarly, another example I may cited in this context, you all are now master degree holders. Yes or no? ସମସ୍ତେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ MA ପାଠ ପଢୁଛ, ପଢୁଛ ନା ପଢୁଛ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ପଢୁଛ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some of completed B.Ed, some of completed DLED, some are in the service now. As you are the education students, very less number of students who are out of education department. Having, perhaps I think, तुम join करছো 197 रू ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି मैक्सिमम रुचि तमर एजुकेशन फील्ड रे थिबो जेहेतु तुमे एजुकेशन सब्जेक्ट रे एमए करूछो सत कहूछ ना मिछ कहूछ
Yes, sir, you are right.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so after all you all are graduates, yes or no?
Yes.
You all are graduates.
Yes, sir.
You all are adult. You have own experience. Not only own experience, but also you can realize yourself. You can judge. You can decide what is good, what is bad, what is justice, what is injustice. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you think yourself, your childhood friend. Think about your childhood friend. जो मैंने चाकरी करिनो एबे स्टूडेंट्स अच्छा ए एमए एडमिशन करिया पे कहा पर डिपेंड करथिबो पैसा के दै छंती
Parents देते हुए.
Father, mother.
यस वेरी गुड किंतु तुम संग जे पाठ पढनी मैट्रिक फेल हे जाईची सप्तम पाठ छाडी देथिला ते मन पका तुम गां रे गोडी साई पडिसर के थिबे तुम संग जे पाठ पढुतला से कोन करछि वर्तमान व्हाट इज ही doing or she is doing? Yes,
कंपनी काम करछि
गुजरात हैदराबाद जाइके कमाउ
बाहर जाइए को काम करथंदी.
सर दादन खटुजंती
now he or she is
Just
depending
to
on
start your own business.
his parents Yes, so whatever the fact, maybe company service, maybe daily wage, or maybe cow herd or buffalo herd, caretaking the buffalo herds, maybe any service, any professions, any job, any business, whatever may be. Are they depending upon their parents?
No.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
No.
No. So that is one part. Income is a part. ମୁଁ ଏଥିପାଇଁ କହିଲି you leave the dependence. One thing is, as they are employed in anywhere, they have certain responsibility. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where they
Yes,
are
sir.
working. Everywhere they are
Excuse me,
working
sir.
with certain responsibility.
You are not
They are
clearly
taking care of
audible to me,
something.
sir.
Audible ହେଲା ଏବେ? Yes?
Sir, it is
ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ
audible.
କୁହ ସ୍ୱାଗତ ହଉଛି ତ ହଉଛି?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Completely
Audible.
audible. Yes, sir, audible.
Audible,
Yes,
audible.
audible. Yes.
No, sir,
Okay.
I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, it is your network problem. Swagatika, perhaps you are in network problem. Please change the place, automatically it will be audible. Okay? So others can
Okay,
listen
sir.
me clearly. That means I am in the right network position. So, dear learners, I want to say this for this reason only. They have more experience as they are engaged in different work, different field. You are in job, you are in business, you are any type of farming or any type of responsibility when you take, you should get certain new experience. You can understand yourself. You can love the what? The labor. You can love the labor and you can get the result of that labor. Okay? Suppose, my experience କହିବି. After matriculation, I have not looked back. When I passed HSC, completely I left my home. Not means ମୁଁ ଘର ଛାଡିକି ପଳେଇ ଗଲି କୁଆଡେ for education, and I earned myself through tuition and continued my higher education. From that period till today, what I am doing with my labor and my own interest. So everyone should do that. I suggest everybody. But today, what I suffered, but my son is not suffering like that. Yes or no? What
Yes,
I
sir.
suffered, my parents were more suffered than us. So we should be love for the labor. We should learn the real life experience through informal education. Another is desirable learning in an informal situation can be called informal education. We know it very well. Another we can say, 1 minute, just 1 minute. 1 minute, I will return back.
Yes, sir. କୋଉମାନେ ସବୁ assignment କଲନି କି?
କେବେ ଅଛି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଡେଟ୍ ସେମିତି?
କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଚାଲିଛି କେହି ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ ସେଟା କରନି।
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there is another class. I have to recorded the class, therefore I left 1 minute for 1 minute. Okay. So this part is whether PPT is visible. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Purposeful, yes, yes. Purposeful, but many times incidental. Informal education is
Sir.
purposeful. Yes. Manas, kichi question
Sir,
achi
could
tumara?
you please little bit more, sir, could you please little bit more tell about the third point, means the previous
Desirable
one?
learning is an yes, yes. Desirable learning in an informal situation cannot be called informal education. Sorry, can be called informal education. Desirable learning in an informal situation. For example, just I am giving an example, you can understand it. What is desirable learning? What is desirable learning? Yes?
Sir, means kind of positive learning, which we
Yes.
want.
Yes. Suppose we are organizing awareness program in the villages to use Latin instead of open place. Yes, this is desirable learning. For that, what we are doing in an informal situations, we are take the help of distributing leaflets, wall writings, wall paintings, then roadside drama or rally, etc. These are not formal, all are informal. In that informal situation, our objective is to motivate, to inform this merits and demerits, and to do this to make the people aware. Therefore, it is also known as informal education. Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Bujhila? Okay. Another is purposeful but many times incidental. Learning is informal learning is purposeful. With an objective, it can be continued. But most of the time it is incidental. Just I am giving an example. One day I was with my senior, my teacher, who was a retired judicial officer. I asked, sir, cannot you take this very good type of binjal? He told, Soyabu, my purse doesn't permit. My purse doesn't permit. तार्थ कौन से मते कहिले कि I have no plenty of money, therefore I cannot purchase it. But he told, my purse doesn't permit. On that incident, I learned the use of that term, that sentence. Okay? So learning is, ମୁଁ ସେଠି formally ଶିଖିଲି ନା informally ଶିଖିଲି?
Sir, informal.
Informal.
Yes. Very good. So as a teacher, what should we do? What should we do as a teacher? Always, the students, you think it, you may notice it. Students are very fear, very doubtful for formal discussion, formal classroom discussion. If you discuss that informally, during playing, during gardening time, or any other situation, they cannot get fear. But they can learn, they can understand. Therefore, in language, if you want to develop the vocabulary of your students, you write different words and meaning and hang in different trees. Pila buluchi, kheluchi, khauchi, se gachare dekhila, gacha naata padhila. मन रखिला गछर नाटा vocabulary develop होला. क्लासरूम सेमती बिना आइटम गुडा को झुलै देथिबो देखिला पढिला जानला किंतु बही रे ताकू लेखिले से पढी के मन रखिबोनी बुझ परिबोनी बट देयर informally he can know which will help for formal education. Similarly, number of techniques, number of items are there. It can take place in a variety of physical and social setting. So in a society we are living, in the physical and social setting, informal learning takes place. It is experiential in nature. Informal education is a lifelong process that you told, which starts at the time of birth and continues till the death of human being. It is the journey from home to tomb. It is a lifelong process. Every moment we are learning. No one can say we have learned everything. I have the learning is completed for me. Can we say? आम पाई learning complete हो जाइए. आम कही परिवा?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
So
No,
where
sir.
I am going? Yes.
Sir, I have a
ମୁଁ
doubt.
ଯୋଉଠିକି ଯାଏ ମୁଁ ଯୋଉଠିକି
Sir,
ଯାଏ
how it is,
ଦେବାଶିଷ କୁହ
sir, how it is purposeful? I mean, it may be purposeful or may not be.
ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ରେ ଏବେ ଡିସ୍କସନ କଲେ it may be purposeful, it may be incidental. Purposeful
Sir,
ଗୋଟେ
that point exactly,
କଣ ହେଲା
it says it's purposeful but incidental.
both informal learning may be purposeful, may be incidental. Suppose you are traveling to Kashmir. You are traveling to Kashmir. You are traveling by bus. Immediately there is a restriction. The police cannot allow you to go away because there is a riot or any danger is there. You live there, spend 2 or 3 days and you learn something. Without any hotel, open air, you spend 2 or 3 days. Incidentally, you experience something. That experience is your learning. Similarly, number of learning takes place incidentally, and that is informal. Purposefully, suppose my purpose is I am a teacher. Just I gave you the example. I am a teacher. I want to develop the vocabulary of the students. I select the vocabulary and hang all the vocabulary word and meaning in different trees inside the classroom everywhere. But those vocabulary are in the textbook. There my purpose is पिला बुलुची खेलुची नाचुची से वर्ड गुडा ता आखिरे पइला जानिला ता मीनिंग ता जानला. My purpose is there, but there is no classroom transaction. Structurally I could not do it. So that is purposeful, but informally the child got the knowledge, the learning. This is purposeful, and that example is incidental. एमते अनेक कथा मुंडू को आसी परिबा आमी करि परिबा. एबे बुझियाला?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here let us discuss about formal education. Now you can give your statements regarding what is formal education. Yes.
Sir, formal education is an organized and regulated system of education which follows a curriculum and a award recognized academic certificate or degree. For example, that is school, colleges, universities, etc.
Very good, very good, very good. Thank you. So, primary objective of formal education is to what? Transmit the knowledge, skills, attitude, beliefs, etc. preserved and propagated by a society. देखो आम जिते बही पढ़ुचे, we are learning science, mathematics, yes or no? History, geography, class रची पर कथा होची. Okay, history, geography, mathematics, science, every textbooks are available, every syllabus is prepared in our school and college curriculum. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
अच्छा अच्छा ये समस्त करिकुलम इज डिजाइन्ड with core curriculum pattern which is fixed by the nation. Because just I want to give an example. କହିଛି କି ନା ତମକୁ କାହା ଗୋଟେ କହୁଥିଲି when I was a B.Ed student କହିଥିଲି କି ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଜାପାନରେ ଆମ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ପିଲାଟି ଜାପାନରେ ଜନ୍ମ କହିଥିଲି
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଦେଖ ମନେ ପକା ସେଇ କଥାଟାକୁ ମନେ ପକା ପ୍ଲିଜ ରିକଲ୍ ଇଟ୍ so in Japan the practice the habit of the pupil is quite different the practice and habit of nature of Indian. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is different in China. We, the people who are living in Bhubaneswar, Cuttack in urban area, if you go to rural area, the habit is also changed.
Yes, sir.
But we are learning same curriculum. से गिरी कंदर रे रहउथिबा आदिवासी पिलाटे पई जो सिलेबस जो बही भुवनेश्वर रे रहउथिबा पिला पे सेया एवं नरसिंहपुर भलिया रूरल जगह रे रहउथिबा पिला पे सेया हो ना नहीं
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
but it is not right, it is injustice. Therefore the curriculum must be prepared as per need of the child. So need of the child can be different as per different areas, regions, localities, language, different experiences also. कारण नरसिंहपुर बढ़ुथिबा पिलाटर अनुभूति केबे भुवनेश्वर रहउथिया पिलार अनुभूति सहित समान नुहे भुवनेश्वर रहउथिया पिलार अनुभूति मालकानगिरी जो ट्राइबल पॉकेट रहउथिया पिलार अनुभूति सहित समान नुहे. So how the curriculum is effective for all? वो तुम मानकर view टा दियो मते.
Sir,
Yes.
is it possible to prepare curriculum like in our Odisha, like a district culture is varies from other district culture. Sir, is it possible to prepare like 30 curriculum for 30 district?
Listen, सेही कथाटा मु कहूची. It is not possible to prepare the curriculum, but सेथि पई a national policy on education 1986 केतु गुडे कोर एरिया को सिलेक्ट करिथिला as per necessity of a different people of a different area, different pocket. बुझियाला. Similarly, if you go to the NEP 2020 document, you can learn the document clearly mentioned and give focus the 21st century skill. Just today we traveled to our college to Diet Cuttack Narsinghpur as a resource person in an action research program with 3 faculties from our college. There is a hill area. Along the way there is a hill area. There was a school. One of us asked, you see, this is the school. Which school is of the 15th century school or 18th century school? But how can we implement 21st century skill in this school where infrastructure is so poor? मु से मालकानगिरी कोरापुट कथा कहूनी मु रियल कथाटा कहूची गोटे विद्यालय रे 21st century skill कथा हमें कहूचे स्मार्ट बोर्ड कथा कहूचे लाइफ स्किल एनहांसमेंट कथा कहूचे यही कथा गुडी को जेते इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं where there is a very poor infrastructure, how is it possible? Say context रे मु कहूची on that context area is fixed, so teachers should be trained accordingly. Teachers should be given number of facility and autonomy. They will prepare their students, help their students to meet the 21st century using the resource what is available in different areas. এই কথাটি আমি করি পারিবা না পারিবানি? হ্যালো,
Yes, sir.
এইটি ক্লাসটা নউছি, আসিবে যদি আসিবে যে গুরুকুল লজକୁ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଏଇଠି କ୍ଲାସ ନଉଛି, ଅନଲାଇନରେ ଅଛି, ଆପଣ ଆସନ୍ତୁ। ଓକେ, ବୁଝିଗଲା? So it is not possible to prepare number of curriculums, but in a କହିଲି National Policy on Education 1986 given the core areas, and now NEP 2020 also states clearly what should be done for our students in the educational system. So we teachers should be build up our capacity, facilitate scope, autonomy. Where we are serving, we have to do for our children to meet the recent need, the modern need. Sei kothata formal education re possible. Another is education must be formalized and coordinated by an agency like the state or transmitting societal knowledge to every citizen. It is very important. You know, education must be imparted to the children through formal educational institutions like schools, colleges, vocational educational institutions, professional educational institutions, etc. Technical educational institutions, etc. Who will take care of it? State will take care of it. Country will take care of it. And all the citizens should be get benefit. तुम देखिल सब पिला पब्लिक स्कूल पढ़िया पाई सुजोग पांतिनी, गरीब पेरेंट्स अछंती, तेनु सरकार हमर कोन कले? अरे सरकार कोन कले एबे के कहि परियो?
25% समानंको पय सीट रिजर्व
से तो कला रिजर्वेशन गोटे अछि आरटी एक्ट रे, आ गोटे हला गवर्नमेंट ओपन
आदर्श स्कूल
आदर्श विद्यालय in every block to facilitate the rural talents of that block who have no money. They can also enroll free of cost in that others Vidyalayas and continue a study in what? In CBSE pattern also.
Central level JNV amar अछि.
हाँ JNV भी अछि, very good.
हाँ
आदर्श विद्यालय हेगला आहुरी अधिक पिला सुजोग पाइले.
हाँ स्टेट रे amar हाँ बहुत.
JNV in a district, but others vidyalaya is in every block. Okay. For SC/ST and students, there is Ekalabya model residential schools are there running throughout to India. So it is central government plan. Okay. Kendriya Vidyalayas are there. There is also facilities for learning CBSE pattern education of the poor and needy learners. Okay. So formal education is the hierarchically structured, chronologically graded education system running from primary school through the university and to general academic studies. A variety of specialized programs and institutions for full-time technical and professional training is required. So, we know formal education is really required for everyone, for employment, for self-development. Okay. So, another is aspect of formal education. What are the different aspects? One is goals. One is goals. What is goal? Goals of formal education are explicit or clear, very clear. Goal is very clear. They are formulated in such a way that they are achieved in the long-term perspective. In order to achieve the goal, short-term objectives are formulated and pursued in the educational operation. एठी गोटे कहबी जो माने स्कूल रे चाकरी करछ तो प्रति वर्ष स्कूल रे गोटे प्लान करा जाए, सेटा कोन कहा जाए?
स्कूल डेवलपमेंट प्लान,
very good, SDP. What is the necessity of this? Yes, what is the necessity of this?
कोस्ट सारिबा जो मास्टर सारिबा कथा कोस्ट शेष मास्टर सर ऑर्गेनाइज मैनर रे केमती कामटा हबो सेट करा जाय
सिस्टमैटिक वे रे सर पढ़ा होची
ମାନେ ଏସଟିଭି ରେ ସାର୍ ବହୁତ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ କରା ହଉଛି ଆମର କରିକୁଲାର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ ଆଉ ନନ୍ କରିକୁଲାର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ସେଠି ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ କରା ହଉଛି।
ओके ओके थैंक यू ऑल मते बहुत खुशी लागुची जे यू ऑल आर एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट सो एई कोर्स टा थ्रू आउट लाइफ तुम रखिबो सबुटी सक्सेस पाइबो हैला वेरी गुड सो मु जोड़े कथा कहूची तारी ऊपरे aimless life is radarless what ship ओके महादरिया रे जदि शिप भासुची तार राडार नहीं से कूल को जमा पहुंची परिबो नहीं सिमिलरली एवरीवन शुड फिक्स अप योर एम everyone should fix up your aim objective second one I can say you all simple living and high thinking simple living no aristocracy is required simple dali bhat hi gale bi challa nothing but our mind should think something new innovative informative and think about the upliftment of the our society our development we should be selfish but should not be self centered आमे हम निज कथा चिंता करिबा किंतु हमर समाज कथा भूली जिबा नाही ए कथाटी आमे सदा बेले मन रखिबा another thing is that should the goal of the education system school development plan we are preparing completing syllabus is a part infrastructure development is a part ame ratio bidare kotha kri boundary koi khela padiya kari सब वर्ध माने abort kari paribani so in that plan we fix up what we have to do this year what we have to next year what we have to do the next year then make it the month wise some plans are our control in our control some are not in our control of political leaders grants government grants suppose construction work grant for library or laboratory development of a stadium ये सब ग्रांट कहाँ पर डिपेंड ग्राम ऊपर हमें प्लान करिबा खाली प्लान करके हमें एस्टिमेट करी बस पहला हवनी so we should negotiate between officials political leaders and accordingly we should develop our more school program then holistic development can possible of the educational institution therefore it is the goal another is a timing in timing formal education is very rigid 10 to 4 examination timing is there is a period everything is different content curricular experience there is a fixed syllabus now learning outcomes are available yes or no can you say what is learning outcome
Yes, sir.
who can what is learning outcome anybody
So learning outcome means to teaching a some topic, then the student achieve some start. सर आम छोट जिन पिला पढ़े सारा पर पिला से विषय ऊपर दक्षता बढ़ी था सेटा लर्निंग आउटकम
learning outcome
good very
Sir, what skills or abilities one can get after reading a chapter is learning outcome.
okay okay अच्छा गोटे कथा कहूची सुनो एग्जांपल दे दउ सुनो I am organizing teaching learning activities in class 5 in which class
Class in 5.
Class 5.
class 5 on
Class 5.
addition and subtraction I noticed after certain exercises the students could able to do the addition and subtraction yes when I leave the students for 1 month, when I ask the students about addition and subtraction, 20% students could do and others could not. Can we say that time all the students achieved their learning outcomes related to addition and subtraction?
No.
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
no, sir.
No, sir.
But some are achieving.
9 मासे पर भूली गलेनी. But achievement of learning outcome refers when the child can achieve the learning outcome, achievement means it will remain forever in the mind. ମୁଁ କହୁଥିଲି next class ରେ forgetting is the judicious learning. Forgetting is also known as judicious learning. Thank you. If you learn with understanding, using your life experience, means you have to achieve the learning outcome. If you leave it 1 month, 2 months, you may forget it. But after going through a few seconds, you can recall it. If you cannot achieve learning outcome, just you have to practice to do through rote learning method. After a few months, if you forget, it will go forever. This is not learning outcome, achievement of learning outcome. I will the example debi. You are the teacher of class 9. You are teaching English. What are you teaching?
English.
You noticed 2 students of your class are securing less than 80%, 70% mark in examination, all the examinations, but those students do better in debate competition in English, essay writing competitions in English, story writing competitions in English, and got prize also. But another one student who secured always above 90% of a mark, but could not get any position in debate competition, essay competition, story writing competition. Whose learning outcome is better? Whose?
Who performed well in debate competition, essay writing competition?
Yes,
Sir, they
yes,
perform
yes.
according to their interest, no, sir?
No, not interest, not interest.
That is called learning outcome.
ଜଣେ ଇଂରାଜୀରେ 90 ରଖୁଛି, ଶୁଣ ମୋ କଥା ଶୁଣି ସାର, ଜଣେ ଇଂରାଜୀ 90 ରଖୁଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଏସେ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ଦେଲେ ସେ ଲେଖି ପାରୁନି, ଜଣେ ଇଂରାଜୀରେ 60 ରଖୁଛି କିନ୍ତୁ ଏସେ ଲେଖିବାକୁ ଦେଲେ ସେ ଲେଖି ଦଉଛି, ତା ଅର୍ଥ କ'ଣ? ରାଇଟିଂ ସ୍କିଲ୍, ହି ହାଜ ବେଟର ରାଇଟିଂ
Sir,
ସ୍କିଲ୍।
the creativity nahi sir, se root memory ki kurche. Creativity nahi sir.
ସେଇ କଥା ପରା କହିଲି, that is my question is that ଯିଏ
Yes,
ଲେଖୁଛି through rote learning, he practiced, remember something, but have not developed his skill. Language is skill subject. Listening, speaking, reading, writing, have no sufficient vocabulary, stock of vocabulary. Therefore, ପାଠ ସରିଗଲେ ସିଏ ପଳେଇଯିବ କୁଆଡେ, ହଜିବ। କିନ୍ତୁ ଯିଏ 60 ରଖୁଛି, ଯିଏ ଏସେ ଲେଖୁଛି, he will grow forever. ତାର ଜ୍ୱଳନ୍ତ ଉଦାହରଣ ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ମାଟ୍ରିକରେ ମୁଁ ଇଂରାଜୀ ରଖିଥିଲି, ହସିବ ଶୁଣିଲେ। କେସ୍ କରିପାରୁଛ ଏତେ ଇଂରାଜୀ ରଖିଥିଲି ମାଟ୍ରିକରେ ମୁଁ? ମାଟ୍ରିକରେ ଆଇ ସ୍କୋର୍ଡ ଓନ୍ଲି
Sir,
just pass mark.
Sir, 35 to 40 around.
only 31.
Just pass.
Only 31. But my
Sir, just pass.
Pass to just pass.
Yes,
But my friend scored 73. My friend scored 73. କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ଦିଗ୍ବଳୟ ଭିତରେ ସେ ସାଙ୍ଗଟି କୁଆଡେ ହଜିଗଲା। But I got the vital position in the field of education, higher education, especially teacher education. due to English language only, my competency in ability in English language only. So how is it possible? जेतिकी आमे पढ़ी थिलु हमर कोन थिला लर्निंग आउटकम टा अचीव करिथिलु, but that friend was not achieved learning outcome. से पूरा कमा पूर्ण सहित घोषियो मते डर लागिबो, राति राति अनेक पछ पछ करी घोषतबो, नरम नरम नरहा प्याज पकड़ी बराहा भलिया संस्कृति भलिया घोष देजियो सब, किंतु आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन ता निजुक निजे से रिकॉग्नाइज करि पाइलानी. So therefore that is my I am the example. So you develop yourself. Self learning is very important, clarity is important. मोर कमिबार कारण मोर टीचर कि गोटाए पीरियड रे दीटा इंग्लिश विषय सारुथिले, मोर तो न बुझिला हमें करि परिबानी, घोषि परिबानी, तेणु कोन हबो अवस्था बुझ पारछ नै. सेई जो टीचर टी जो तीनटा का सब्जेक्ट मते पढौथिले, इतिहास पढौथिले, भूगोल पढौथिले, इंग्रजी पढौथिले, तीनटा आके मोर भूगोल रे 12, इतिहास रे 21, इंग्रजी रे 31, किंतु मैथमेटिक्स 97, कंपल्सरी 93, साइंस संस्कृत सबुतरे भल मार्क, किंतु एई टीचर जो तीनटा पढौथिले से तीनटा गोटे 21, गोटे 12 आ गोटे 30 पास मार्क. बुझी होछि ना नहीं? So conceptual clarity was not there. Conceptual clarity was not there. As you are teachers, I should advise you, suggest you, मो भलिया से भलिया को पिला को भाबिया को दबो नाही, पर से बड़ होला पर या जेमदि न भाबे अरे सारे इंति कले बोली मोर कैरियर टा कमी गला मैट्रिक रे. ओके, सो बी केयरफुल फॉर दैट. कंटेंट एंड करिकुलर एक्सपीरियंस, एंट्री रिक्वायरमेंट एंड डिलीवरी सिस्टम, जो डायनामिक कहूथली ट्रांजैक्शन सिस्टम, you should take friendly transaction system, friendly, otherwise your transaction will be valueless, it will be spoiled. So that another is operational control and achievement of learning outcome, जोटा मैं तुमको कहि सारी. Third one is non-formal education. Who can say what is non-formal education? Yes, everybody.
non-formal education means आमे कोन छोडे निर्दिष्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव नै के पाठ पढौ जे, किंतु हेठी हमर टाइम फ्लेक्सिबल थाए, हमें जते चाहिले एग्जाम कर परिबा.
Sir, non-formal learning include various structured learning situations. For example, playing games, make music, drama, etc.
Sir, non-formal education, someone can learn literacy, other basic skill for job.
Very clear. Yes, yes, yes. Jyoti Ranjan, you are the example of non-formal education system.
Thank you, sir.
तुम्हें चाकरी बाकरी कर सारिल, घर को फेरिल, मु चाकरी करके घर को फेरिली, बसिले पाठ पढले ऑनलाइन रे.
आज्ञा सर.
किंतु फॉर्मल एमए करथले कोठी पढतांते, 10टा 4टा यूनिवर्सिटी बा कॉलेज रे था.
स्कूल, यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज.
टाइम अछि किंतु को टाइम नहीं.
Yes, very good.
The non-formal flexibility for job skills.
Short period organized
not only job skills, but also it facilitates the whole mass of citizens for getting education.
community
Flexibility
literacy
in the timing. There is
सर
flexibility.
पौड़ शिक्षा जीव कि non-formal education रे?
No, जीव प्रौढ़ शिक्षा ना.
yes
नहीं से concept. Now there is no प्रौढ़ शिक्षा. It was also non-formal education. काम दाम लोक गले संध्याले बसी टुंगी घरे पाठ पढले, अक्षर लेखा बही पढा सिले, that is non-formal. The formal education, very basic definition eta. The formal education which is imparted through the learners of every age, every stage, having no rigidity of a timing, no rigidity of examination system, with a flexible manner, that is non-formal. तमे फॉर्मल एजुकेशन रे 2 वर्ष भीतर जदी एमए पास न कल कैंसिल होला आउ थरे एडमिशन करिवो, किंतु एठी तमे एमए करूछ केते वर्ष जाउची 4 ବର୍ଷ
4 ବର୍ଷ 4 years।
ସେଠି ବୟସ ଅଛି, ଏଠି ବୟସ କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ମୁଁ ବି ଏବେ କୋର୍ସ ଗୋଟେ ଆଡମିସନ କରିଛି ତମ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ, ମୁଁ ବି ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦେବି ଜୁନରେ। ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କୋର୍ସ ଏବେ
ଆପଣ
କରୁଥିଲି।
ଏବେ ବି ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ, ନ ପଢିଲେ କେମିତି ପଢେଇବି?
Education is unlimited.
अरे teaching profession is a lifelong process.
हाँ जी
So
सर।
always
Sir,
you try your best to
କୁହନ୍ତି
learn.
ନା only a good learner can be a good teacher.
It is, I am not agree 100%. A good learner may not be a good teacher. A good learner may not be a good teacher. So
Yes, sir, sometimes,
it
but
depends
most of the
upon,
times it is true, na.
no, it depends upon the attitude, perception, interest of the teacher who is in teaching profession.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
जदि मोर इंटरेस्ट नहीं, मु आईएएस में ट्राई करथली, बाय चांस शिक्षक हो जाईची, हाउ कैन आई बिकम ए गुड टीचर हैविंग मोस्ट ब्राइट कैरियर? हाउ कैन आई बिकम? बिकॉज आई हैव नो इंटरेस्ट. आई हैव एन इंटरेस्ट. व्हेन इग्नो रीजनल सेंटर टोल्ड मी, यस आई टोल्ड, यस आई कैन मैनेज. मु तो दिन आका जी ट्रेनिंग दउथली, मु देखुछो मो ड्रेस देखुथियो, मो ड्रेस उतारिनी. मो टीचर्स ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम रे थिली, feeling so tired, but taking your class without opening my dress. Not only after your class, another second year class is also there. As not as I free heavy. Jota kholini godru. Chinta karutha. It is my interest. I enjoy it. Therefore, I sit with you. Another class is also I am the host. 3 classes are continuing simultaneously. Okay, so it is depend upon the interest of the teacher. He may be a bright student or may not be a bright career student. Another important thing I may share with you, that having throughout first class career cannot told the bright student. मोर अनुभूति अछि, मते ग्रेजुएशन करथली, मोर संग माने विभिन्न डिपार्टमेंट रो से कोन कले, सब सिलेक्टिव स्टडी कले, 7-8टा क्वेश्चन पढ़ी गले. जदि जार बाजी गला, से फर्स्ट क्लास पाइला, से पेपर रे 60-70 रखिला, मते सेटा देह सुहा हलानी. मु किंतु डिटेल स्टडी कली बहिटा को, तेणु मु सब कोटा 62, कोटा 61, कोटा 56 इंदी मोर मार्क रहिला, कारण मु 5टा यूनिट पढ़ी पढ़ी गली सब तक. बट टुडे आई फील who completed degree with selective study got first class certificate, higher first class certificate, but students are putting clap behind them. But who continued his education with completing the syllabus, with understanding, though got the less mark in examination, but they became the success teacher in the classroom context. That is depend upon your learning, your ability, your attitude, your perception, your interest, your way of work. Okay, so another is non-formal education system is very helpful to the pupil of every stage. 80 वर्ष लोक भी परीक्षा दियंती इग्नोरे, तार इच्छा अछि हम पढ़िया गोटे डिग्री हासिल करबा, नो प्रॉब्लम. There is no age limit, no time bound, nothing. Flexibility is there, less economical. That is very helpful to the common people, common citizens. Okay, so what are the characteristics of non-formal education? Goal and objectives thibo, timing thibo, jemti relaxation timing, curriculum experience thibo, that is also changes. Another is study knowledge. Sorry. Another is teaching learning process. The teaching learning process is generally learner oriented and flexible in nature. Transaction of learning experience is centered around community resources. Administrative mechanism is self-governed, democratic in nature. Assessment of learning achievement objectives like formal education is somehow different and flexible. कारण तुम यदि फॉर्मल रे एमए करि थांत, तुमर असाइनमेंट मार्क केते थांता कहलो टिके?
हां सर 30 रो 29
नो असाइनमेंट 20, internal 20 external 80
20
but 20 20 टा 20 नो होगी अरे 20 टा 20 नो होगी
yes
hello
sir
20 and 80 but here
30 and
here
70.
30 and 70.
70, 30.
very good very good another is सेठी 80% attendance न हले तमे परीक्षा दे परिबनी here no attendance is required हला किंतु गोटे बड़ा you should be obliged to ignore regional center भुवनेश्वर देख से माने सब क्लास दउछंती खोजी खोजी भल टीचर को एनगेज करूछंती किंतु तमे 1200 केते पिलारू जॉइन करूछ 215 16 जाय जॉइन करथिला एबे 188 अछंती माने केते लूज करूछ से 6 दिन गोटे गोटे पेपर रे कम कथा अन्य कोठी आरसी रे 6 दिन क्लास दिया जाउनी मो जति मोर एक्सपीरियंस केवल भुवनेश्वर आरसी इज वेरी स्टूडेंट ओरिएंटेड very student से डायरेक्टर डेप्यूटी डायरेक्टर ऑल आर नमस्य मु मिसेज पर्सनली दे आर देवता भलिया लोक सेवन समस्ते दे थिंक अबाउट योर बेटरमेंट बट यू आर नॉट गेटिंग द बेनिफिट ऑफ दैट तमे ता बेनिफिट पिले पाई परनो तमे 216 देले एबे 188 अछंती दिस इज द एटीट्यूड खोजी खोजी जो माने भल टीचर तमे तो फील करथिबो तमे सब पेपर सब क्लास कर सालणी गोटे अधे करछ ना करना
yes sir
yes sir
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
पचारि
Yes,
पारे
sir.
सुयोगटे सृष्टि गोटे पेपर 6 क्लास कम कथा हलानी किछि अंधार बाहर पर तमे पाठ पढी थांतो किछि गोटे सपोर्ट तुमको देला इग्नो रीजनल सेंटर बट यू आर नॉट एन्जॉयिंग दैट सपोर्ट संग मन कुह जो माने सब अछंती टाइम बाहर कर जॉइन करंतु कोर्स टे करछो बोले किछि जानो लर्न समथिंग एंड पार्टिसिपेट therefore you can do काली तुम अध्यापक हो तमरी भितर बहुत पिला एबे अध्यापन चाकरी करूछंती इग्नोरे एमए करी करी असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर होउछंती लेक्चरर होउछंती नॉन गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज रे तो व्हाट कैन दे डू व्हाट कैन दे टीच इफ दे कैन नॉट लिसन समथिंग दे कैन नॉट पार्टिसिपेट इन द ट्रांजैक्शन टाइम इट इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट so assessment of learning objectives is also in formal system of education as well as non formal system of education okay then another is study of knowledge. What is study of knowledge? First one is liberal education. Liberal arts education is ancient Greece and Rome was for developing the faculties of the human mind. Gradually, this education came to be known as liberal education, whose main objective was to develop the powers of intelligence and imagination. जोड़े word ऊपर गुरुत्व दिया जायछि here. Two words are there. One is intelligence, second one is imagination. Always we think everyone has certain intelligence and everyone has no same type of imagination power, same type of thought. Therefore, all are not able to take right decision, right development. So, liberal education interpreted in 3 different ways. From the etymological point of view, liberal means freedom. What is the meaning of liberal? Liberal means freedom. What do you mean by freedom? What do you mean by freedom? Freedom अर्थ कौन बुझछ कहलो anybody?
sir freedom basically means a person can do anything until and unless his action harms another being.
Okay, okay, good. Anybody?
Explore himself or herself.
Yes. Explore ourselves.
Doing anything with his own interest.
Okay.
Free from burdens.
Freedom of... Yes, yes, yes. Very good. आगे कहबो की anybody?
Frees the mind from the constraint.
Okay. Freedom of speech. Freedom of taking decision. Freedom for justice. Freedom of joining in any profession, any religion, anything else. So freedom.
Sir, freedom ले आमी केमती knowledge टा acquire करि परिबा.
हाँ प्रियंका. Yes.
Sir, freedomly ଆମେ କେମିତି
Okay.
knowledge ଟାକୁ ବି
Okay, very
acquire
good.
କରିପାରିବା କିଛି forcefully ନ
Another
ହେଇକି
point is, yes. No problem. Yes, you are right. From pan-Sufism point of view, liberal education means education in all knowledge, the science, the art, etc. Science, arts, commerce, technical, professional, vocational. That is also another point for liberal education. From non-authoritarian point of view, liberal education means education which respects the autonomy and freedom of the learner. If you get liberal education, automatically you can enjoy the autonomy and freedom. It is devoid of freedom, violating methods like indoctrination. So, freedom gives you autonomy, gives every citizen autonomy. We should not follow teacher-centered education. We are adopting learner-centered education. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Learners should enjoy freedom. What to learn, take decision, what to do. बहुत parents फोर्स करते पिला मानक तू डाक्तरी पढ़िबू, तू इंजीनियरिंग पढ़िबू, तू अमक पढ़िबू, समक पढ़िबू, से पिला माने किछि करि पारंतिन. They do nothing. But some parents are intellectually guiding their the students and children and told, dear children, you take decision. You have certain knowledge, experience, you take your decision, your interest, as per your interest. Accordingly, they guide, they provide support for development. They can do better in their life. So it is very important. Parents are very anxious to secure good marks, to secure more marks. It is very indecent. Therefore, some students are committing suicide for poor result. In नजर आमा पाखरे अछि ना नहीं?
Yes, sir.
So, another is professional education. Professional education deals with a body of specialized knowledge and application of this knowledge to serve various requirements of the society. Teaching is a profession. What is a profession? Teaching is a profession. Legal practice is a profession. Medical practice is a profession. I mean, kaya kuso profession koche because in profession you should require what? Specialized knowledge. So, professional course करिवो, एमए करिवो, ट्रेनिंग करिवो, डीएडी करिवो, तू टीचर है. Teaching is a profession. Specialized knowledge legal से पढ़ला से legal knowledge engineering पढ़ला. Specialized knowledge you have to require and apply that special knowledge for what? As per necessity requirement of the society, for the betterment of the society. आमे समाज रा मंगल पई सेही knowledge टाकू व्यवहार करिथाउ. हो ना नहीं? This is very important. This is very, very important. It involves the application of theoretical knowledge to various practical activities in social situations. In a society, we have to use all this knowledge. Different features are there of a profession. What are those? A profession renders a crucial social service. Teacher gote social worker, doctor gote social worker, lawyer is a social worker. Every professional is a social worker. आमे जहाँ काम करछे समाज पाई करछे. किंतु डाक्टर पैसा नले ट्रीटमेंट करेनी. इंजीनियर पैसा नले प्लानिंग टे दिएनी.
सर टीचर भी तो पैसा नहीं की टीचिंग देउछन ना?
पैसा
टीचर
नहीं
भी तो पैसा नहीं माने टीचर भी तो पेमेंट नेला परे होची टीचिंग देउछन ना?
हां सेटा ठीक कथा.
पारिश्रमिक
ठीक कथा.
सर सेटा तक हार्ड वर्क पारिश्रमिक सेटा.
हार्ड वर्क पारिश्रमिक अच्छा. गुरु दक्षिणा.
बट इनिशियली सर आगुरु एबे सिना पेमेंट सिस्टम एबे सिना पैसा वैसा नउछन किंतु
सेमती हेले तो दुनिया रे केही फ्री रे काम करिवेनी ना.
जोना ताको फ्री रे पाठ पढै जंती.
यस वेरी गुड.
केमिदी चलिबो केमिदी सर नले पैसा नला.
फ्री रे कोनोसी काम करि होबोनी फ्री रे.
माने जने टीचर
सर फ्री रे पढैले भी छुआ माने पढिबेनी सर.
ସେଇଟା
ଫ୍ରି
ତ
ରେ
ଅଲଗା କଥା
ପଢେଇଲେ ସାର୍
ଖାସ୍
ଫ୍ରି ଜ୍ଞାନ ନେବେନି ସାର୍ ସେମାନେ।
ନିଜେ ବଞ୍ଚିଲେ
Okay,
ସିନା କାହାକୁ ନଲେଜ
listen, you
ଦବ।
are right. You are right. ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ତମମାନଙ୍କ କଥା ଟିକେ ଆଡ୍ କରିବି ତମେ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଇଯିବ। Yes. Yes, it is all right. ଶୁଣ
ବାପା ମାଙ୍କର ଚିନ୍ତାଧାରା ବି
ଆରେ
ଏମିତି ହେଇସାରିଲାଣି ଯେ ମାଗଣା ଜିନିଷ ଭଲ ନୁହଁ।
ଆରେ ମୋ କଥା ଶୁଣ, ତମେ ତ କହିଲ ମୁଁ ଆଇ ଗଟ୍ ୟୁର ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସ, ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଜାଣିପାରିଲି। ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ଆଡ୍ କରୁଛି ତମ ସହିତ ଶୁଣିଯିବ।
ସାର୍ ବଟ୍
ଠିକ ଅଛି,
ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଟା ଆମେ କୌଣସି ମୋମେଣ୍ଟରୁ ହିଁ ବି ଶିଖି ପାରିଥାଉ ନା, ତ ସେଟାକୁ ତ ପଇସା ଦେବାକୁ ପଡିନଥାଏ।
ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଠିକ ଅଛି। ସେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରଫେସନ କଥା କରୁଛେ ନା, ପ୍ରଫେସନାଲ କଥା ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛେ। ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଫେସନାଲ କଥା କହୁଛେ। ଗୋଟେ ଲୟର ତାର ଫି ହଉଛି 2000 ଟଙ୍କା, ଯଦି ସେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୋଇଟ କଲା 1,00,000 ଟଙ୍କା, ଆମେ ସେଠି ଆଙ୍ଗୁଠି ଦେଖଉଛେ ଟୁ ଦି ପ୍ରଫେସନ। ଯୋଉଟା ତମେ କହିଲ ୟେସ୍, which is required, necessary, ଜଣେ ଲେବର କରୁଛି ତାର ବଞ୍ଚିବା ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେ କିଛି ରୋଜଗାର କରିବ, that is necessary. Is it necessary for a doctor getting 500 rupees, 1000 rupees for treating for 10 minutes? ସେଇଟା କଣ 50 ଟଙ୍କା ନେଇକି ସେ କରିପାରନ୍ତାନି? Tell me. ମୋ ଡିସ୍କସନ ଟା ସେଇ ପଏଣ୍ଟରେ। You
ସାର୍
take
ମୋର
your
ଗୋଟେ ଡାଉଟ
labor,
ଅଛି।
କହ।
ସାର୍ ଜବ୍ ଆଉ ପ୍ରଫେସନ କଣ ଦିଟା ଯାକ ସେମ୍ ଜିନିଷ ନା କିଛି ଅଲଗା ରହୁଛି ନା?
ତୁମେ ଯାହା ଭାବିବ, ମନେକର ମୁଁ ଅଛି ଟିଚିଂ ପ୍ରଫେସନରେ, ଏ ପରା ସେଇ କଥା ମୁଁ ଆଲୋଚନା କରୁଛି। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଫେସନ ପାଇଁ ଏଟା ଭେରି କ୍ଲିୟର, ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲ ନଲେଜ ଇଜ ରିକ୍ୱାର୍ଡ, ସ୍ପେଶିଆଲ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଇଜ ରିକ୍ୱାର୍ଡ, ସେଇ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ବା ନଲେଜ ଟାକୁ ତମେ সোশিয়াল ବେନିଫିଟ ପାଇଁ ୟୁଜ କରୁଥିବ, then we can say it is a profession.
ସାର୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
ସପୋଜ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ବିଜନେସ କରୁଛି ଫର अर्निंग मनी, बिजनेस से बिजनेस में किसी स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग किसी दरकार नहीं। मुझे गोटे ग्रोसरी दुकान करी, कौन ट्रेनिंग दरकार, स्पेशल एजुकेशन कौन दरकार, बुझिपार नहीं? देन दैट इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू प्रोफेशन। आउ केते गुडे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक अछि देनी गले आहुरी क्लियर हो जिवो। ए प्रोफेशन रिक्वायर्स कंटीन्यूअस अपडेटिंग इन द नॉलेज बेस इन सर्विस। कारण टीचर मान को, डाक्टर मान को रेगुलर सेमिनार हुए, लॉयर मान को सेमिनार हुए, इन सर्विस ट्रेनिंग दिया जाए। कहीं बिकॉज प्रोफेशनल्स रिक्वायर इट। किंतु केतरा दुकानी बिजनेसमैन कंपनी चाकरी आ जाए कि नौछंती, किंतु इंजीनियर नौछंती जो टेक्निकली साउंड प्रोफेशनली जो माने ग्रो करिया पई दरकार नौछंती, नियंती नहीं तांग दरकार नहीं। ए प्रोफेशन डिमांड्स that it practitioners from professional group or association scope of education to enhance and safeguard the interest of the group members. A profession expects its members to be guided by a code of ethics and professional values. amanakar teacher mankar code of ethics achi, doctor mankar code of ethics achi, lawyer mankar code of ethics achi. All professional are living with the code of ethics. A profession ensures that its member grow in their professional career. A profession enable a professional to make his or her judgment in relation to appropriate practices. मु गोटे टीचर सदा बेले मो बिहेवियर मोर आचरण प्रोफेशनल टीचर भलिया हवा दरकार। सोसाइटी कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट मी अदरवाइज। सिमिलरली डॉक्टर, एनी प्रोफेशनल्स बिहेवियर शुड बी अकॉर्डिंगली। एबे जानी हला किछि क्लियर हला कि? हेलो,
यस सर।
okay, then another is vocational education. What is vocational education?
Sir, it prepares learners for jobs that are based in manual or practical activities.
Good, good. आगे को anybody? Yes.
Sir, vocational education means to prepare a learner to choose any job or any vocation.
After completion of the
Generally,
course,
youth.
self-engagement is there in the vocational.
Yes, yes.
Skill
Good.
training or
So,
self-sufficient?
good, good. So it gives a training, skillful training to the youth for a vocation of their choice. गोटे लोक से इलेक्ट्रिकल वोकेशन करिया पई चाहू से ट्रेनिंग दिया जी। जड़े मेकानिकल चाहूची as per the interest of the individual in the particular vocation, the training should be given, prepare that youth to develop their employability, productivity and economic development. Tinta jinsa is very important. Employability, productivity and economic development. That self-development, Atmanirbhar Bharat, can be possible through vocational education and vocationalization of education. जड़े आत्मनिर्भर हो पारिबो का पर डिपेंड करिवो नाही अनेक फॉरेन कंट्री अछि द स्टूडेंट्स मु पिला बेले साहित्य रे पढुथिली रशिया रे जदि जे रेडियो टिकु तयारी न करी हाथ रे किणिकिरी सुनुथिला ताकू से माने कालिया चोर बोली कहउथिले कोन कहउथिले
कालिया चोर
कालिया चोर काहे कि ना everyone should make the radio and listen, every public, every people, because the technology reached at everyone. That will help to improve in the vocation. In India, vocational education was first propagated in the year 1854 by Wood's Dispatch. Wood's Dispatch. The dispatch recommended for vocational education at secondary stage. In Calcutta University Commission, there is known as Sadla Commission, intermediate colleges with arts, science, medicine and engineering subjects. It is very important. It is मन रखिबो. The support committee of 1934 recommended a vocational stream of education in the form of industrial and commercial channels. In 1937, Mahatma Gandhi also emphasized the importance of manuals and productive work in the scheme of basic education that is known as Wardha scheme of education. So, not only today, before independence, steps were taken for developing vocational education to improve the economic condition of every citizen. It is very important. After independence, Secondary Education Commission 1950 to 53 recommended what? The introduction of diversified streams in higher secondary schools such as technical subjects, commercial subjects, agriculture, fine art, etc. should be included. The Education Commission 1964-66 that is known as the Indian Education Commission 1964 is known as Kothari Commission. Very good. Emphasize on work experience and vocationalization as part of the secondary education. Another, the National Council of Educational Research and Training (NCRT) came out with a document in 1976 entitled as Higher Secondary Education and its Vocationalization. National Working Group was set up in 1985 on vocationalization of education. Then came into force National Policy on Education. Now National Education Policy 2020 also gave the same importance for improving what? Vocational education system. Vocational education system. Few vocations are agriculture, engineering and technology, health and paramedical. Health and what? Paramedical. Another is home science. Then the agriculture jiba poultry farming, dairy farming, sericulture, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ସେଥିରେ ଆମେ ଇନକ୍ଲୁଡ କରିପାରିବା. Engineering technology, mechanical service, audio visual technology, computer technology, trainees, sugar technology, etc. Health and paramedical, health worker, X-ray technician, pharmacist, auxiliary nurse and midwives, primary health workers, etc. Home science, food preservation, interior design, child care and nutrition, कि गोटे मोर
Sir, tailor.
Knitting technology, sir.
Crèche management, science and humanities, liberal and information science, photography, commercial art, Indian music, classical music, etc. So these are the different vocational areas. We have to give in focus on all these vocational areas and continuing our vocational education. Ebe NEP 2020 कहिछि class 6 थारु vocational education continue करी. It is very important for every country to develop, to make the citizens self-reliant, self-developed, self-employed. So vocational education is basic need of every citizen. Okay? So under this, technical education, which is affiliated by AICT, All India Council of Technical Education, distance education, correspondence course, home study, independent study, internal study, continuing education, distance teaching, self-instruction, learner-centered education, these are the different ways to render education to the citizens of our country. This is all about Unit 3. Unit 3 upare jodi kar kichi doubts achi ti pachari para. Unit 3 upare 2 minutes samay deli. If anybody has any doubt, please ask. Anybody? Okay. So come to Unit 4. Unit 4 is about characterizing education. What is characterizing education? Education is an initiation. How education is an initiation? How education is an initiation? Yes? Anybody? Please?
Sir, I think that initiation is one kind of promise. So I promise myself to educate myself, change in my behavior to be like a human. So I think that education is initiation to change myself.
Okay, good. Anybody? Any other?
Sir, after initiating a child to do something, he tries his best to do whatever we taught them.
Okay. Okay. So under this, we may discuss total span of life of an individual.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yes, Madhusmita,
Sir,
continue.
1 minute, sir. Sir, जो 3.5 रहीगला स्कोप ऑफ एजुकेशन एटा कोन पढ़ा हबनी कि सर?
कोटा कहला 3 point
जो 3.5 scope of education from the viewpoint of
scope of education
mode of providing
सब
education.
गुडा कहली scope रे formal, informal, non formal, all are inside the scope of education. जो scope of education
जो face to face education, distance education.
Face to face is formal. Face to face is formal. तमे रेगुलर कोर्स एडमिशन कलो, फेस टू फेस इंटरेक्ट कलो, पाठ पढ़ो, दैट इज फॉर्मल एजुकेशन व्हिच इज नॉट ब्लेंडेड मोड. आमे एबे ऑनलाइन पढुचे, दिस इज नॉन फॉर्मल. एदा आलोचना कले ठीक अछि. तमे यूनिट टा को पढी दबा. आमे ताऊ एई 6 टा पीरियड रे सब कवर करिया संभव न. एबे त आमे 3 टा यूनिट सारी आज क्लास रे काऊ 30 मिनिट्स भी नाही. तेणु तुम्हें पढ़ी दब, पढ़ी देला परे डाउट्स गुडा नोट करथिबो, आमे डिस्कशन कर दबा, पचार दब. हला वेरी गुड. अंडर हां पचार. यस
सर, I want to add something actually. सर मु एति जानि छी इनिशिएशन लो ओडिया मीनिंग ता होची दीक्षा. आ दीक्षा ता अछि दक्ष धातुरु, जे दक्ष अर्थ माने दक्षता अर्जन करिबा बा योग्यता अर्जन करिबा. माने मु इनिशिएशन नेली, इनिशिएट कली बा दीक्षा नेली जे आजिठु मु दक्षता अर्जन करिबार पथरे जीबी. जोथि पय कि एंसेट पीरियड टाइम रे लोक जो छुआ माने गुरु माने दीक्षा नउतले, ताको दीक्षा परडो ताको शिक्षाटा स्टार्ट होउतला. आई थिंक मु सेही अनुसार भाबुची सर.
ओके, तुमे जहा कहला मु ए जो सेंटेंस लिखि छी तमे पढो पीपीटी रे. स्लाइड देखो total span of life of an individual divided into different stages. Through education, an individual is ready to perform what? All sorts of work as per need of the stage. One is brahmacharya. During brahmacharya, one can continue education in Gurukula ashram or any school, college, hostel, etc. After completing that, reach at a grihastha life, then sannyas life, then vanaprastha life. 4 stages are there. During brahmacharya, get the holistic views and knowledge and experience which is helpful in grihastha life and sannyas life and vanaprastha ashram. That initiates through education. Does education begin before or after birth? Who can say? Before birth education starts or after birth education starts? Before birth. Very good. Example?
Before birth.
Abhimanyu. Tom to Tom.
Abhimanyu.
Whom to Tom. Abhimanyu.
Yes, yes. Very good. Thank you. Swami Dayana believed what? Education began in the mother's womb. The mind of the pregnant mother and the environment in which she lives have a shaping influence. मन रख सदा बेले जो माने मैरिज करिछ जो माने मैरिज करिबा तू जाउछ बा फ्यूचर रे करिवो
जोडा को होची
ए कहला मोनालिसा
सर प्री नाटल स्टेज जोडा को होची हमें ओम टू
हां ड्यूरिंग द प्रेगनेंसी ऑफ ए मदर always try your best to keep peaceful and pleasant during that time, otherwise your child may be affected. गर्भवती माँ को सदा सर्वदा सम्मान सहित मर्यादार सहित आमे केयर नबा दरकार कारण जेतिकी से खुशी रहिबो भलो चिंता करिवो हाई थिंकिंग रहिबो डेवलप्ड कथा चिंता करिवो पिलाटा ऊपर डायरेक्टली दैट इन्फ्लुएंस विल लाई physically, linguistically, intellectually, and socially. If you want to develop your child, care should be taken during pregnancy of the mother. Another is, next we can discuss, providing scope for exploration and discovery. Always help. Providing time for play and relaxation. सबले काम mind ta jam hoibo no relaxation and play guiding children through code of conduct and timetable helping children nurture self esteem. These are the very vital points as a parents, as a elders, as the conscious citizen of the society, as a teacher, we have to perform it. Education as socialization. How? Acculturation as education. In our country, multilingual. In our country, we find multilingual people. There are quite a number of subcultures. Yes or no? Cultures, subcultures are there. When individuals belonging to various cultural work together, there is a possibility of learning from cultures of one another. Here, we may say, education can be seen as a process of acculturation. ମୁଁ ଗୌରାଙ୍ଗ ସାରଙ୍କ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ମଧ୍ୟ ଶୁଣୁଥିଲି very wonderfully giving example. He explained before you what is acculturation. ବୁଝେଇଛନ୍ତି ନା ନାହିଁ ସାର୍? ମୁଁ ବି ଶୁଣେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ା ନା ଆରେ ବୁଝେଇଛନ୍ତି ନା ନାହିଁ ମନ ଅଛି ନା ନାହିଁ?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
Education as understanding cultural diversities. So through education, there is a scope of understanding cultural diversities. So we may discuss that education as promotion of a desirable behavior. What behavior the society requires? That behavior must be developed in the mind of the learners through what? Through education. Without education, it is not possible. Education as reconstruction of a characterizing education experiences. Education is nothing but it is only experience. आमे गोटे ओडिया रे प्रवाद अछि जे देश जाई से फल खाई. What does it mean? जे देश जाई से फल खाई. कोन आर अर्थ?
ତ ଯୋଉଠି ରହିବା ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ
ଅନୁସାରେ
ବ୍ୟବହାର
ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯିବା ଆମେ ସେଠାକାର ଚାଲିଚଳଣି ବ୍ୟବହାର ଆଦି କରିବା.
Very good.
ସେଇ
So it
ଚାଲିଚଳଣି
is
ସହିତ ଖାପ
adjustment.
ଖୁଆଇ ଚଳିବା.
It is what? Adjustment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is adjustment. Yes, it is adjustment. So if one cannot adjust with individual, with situation, with any type of incidents, one cannot survive. Dinosaur, vultures, आम पिला बेले आम देखिचु ए गोटे मढ़ पड़ीथिले गोरु गाई मरी गले खाली एडेटा ना vulture सब बुलुथिबे. Now there is no vulture. मु तबे बहु वर्ष ला vulture देखिनी. Dinosaur ए माने काहे कि रहिलेनी समाज रे. They cannot adjust with the environment. So as a human being, we should adjust, learn the skill of adjustment. That is education. That is real education. That is real education. Clear? So education as total development of individual. How? Cognitive ability, affective ability, and psychomotor ability. Cognitive is relates to your mind. Affective relates to our heart. Psychomotor is relates to our parts of the body, functions of the organs of the body. So that when a child, Gandhi's definition is like this: body, mind, and spirit. Body means physical, psychomotor. Mind is cognitive. Spirit is affective development. So unless and until we will be careful for developing the cognitive, psychomotor, affective abilities of the learners, the individual or the learner cannot have all-round development, holistic development. It is very, 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 very important. Okay, so perhaps unit 4 is over. If anybody has any doubt, please ask the question.
No, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, previous class रे आपण किसी टास्क देथिला.
हाँ कहूना कुआ previous class हो ए class हो जब doubt किछ जण जण करी कुह मते जण जण करी पचार कि अनिता कहउछ तो अनिता कुमारी पंडा कुह. Now ask Anita.
Education as a discipline.
बुझी पाइलिन रे, you are not audible.
Sir, how can we define education as a discipline?
Yes. Your question is, I think, define education as a discipline.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. What do you mean by discipline? First, I have to understand what is discipline. ए गोटे रे आंसर हम आलोचना करिया तापर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पचे. आशालता मुर्मू. आशालता मुर्मू, please wait. Asalata Murmu, there is a question of Anita. After discussion, you may ask your question. Okay. So Anita's question is, we should listen what? Whether education as a discipline. So what is discipline? Anybody? What is discipline? Discipline कहला में कौन बुझुछ? Anybody? Yes.
I think, sir, there is some syllabus କରିକୁଲମ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରପର ଥିବ କୋଉ ସମୟରେ କଣ ମାନେ କଣ କୋଉ ବିଷୟଟା ଏଣ୍ଡ ହବ ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଆଉଟକମ୍ ଆଚିଭ୍ ହବ ସେ ସବୁ ବିଷୟରେ ଥିବ ଗୋଟେ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଲ ଥିବ ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଡିସିପ୍ଲିନ ବୋଲି କହିପାରିବା।
Okay. Under discipline, we can think about history, political science, mathematics, physics, accounting. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
There is a science discipline, arts discipline, commerce discipline, educational studies, that is come under humanities. Education, the subject education comes under humanities. Humanities is social discipline. Language subjects, education, psychology, these are come under that. এই কনটেক্সট রে পচারছিল না আর কোন তোমার সন্দেহ আছে অনিতা?
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ତ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଆଉ କଣ ହେଇପାରେ?
ତାପରେ
ସାର୍ ଏଇଟା ବେସିକ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ରହିଲା ଆଉ କଣ ହେଇପାରେ?
ଆଉ କଣ ହେଇପାରେ? ডিসিপ্লিন অর্থ সেয়া ডিসিপ্লিন মিন্স
Sir, discipline of self
Sir, in a
control.
broader sense,
Discipline.
how can we say, sir? In a broader sense, how can we define this?
মানে broader sense how can education means it relates to all. If you learn mathematics it is come under education. ଆମେ ଦିନ ଯାକ ଆଲୋଚନା କରି ସାରିଲେଣି ଆଜି ଫର୍ମାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ନନ୍ ଫର୍ମାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଇନଫର୍ମାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ all type of experience is known as education. That is learning. All sorts of experiences we may gather informally, informally or non-formally. That is all toto what we experience, what we know, what is we learn, that is education. So education covers all the subjects. तुमको प्रश्न जहाँ बुझिली this may be the answer, so I told. Have any doubt? कहबो आउ कार कोन प्रश्न अछि को?
Sir,
Anybody?
what is the basic difference between vocational education? Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Devasis. Ko?
Sir, what is the basic difference between vocational and professional education?
Vocational education आ गोटे
Sir, professional.
प्रोफेशनल तमे कहिनो vocational education and vocationalization of education या कहया चाहतलो तो?
No, sir, it's professional.
Oh, okay. Vocational and professional. Professional we discussed teaching like training course, DLED, B.Ed, M.Ed, training course in different special educations are professional. Law, medical science, technology. Ame koiche the special knowledge is required for betterment of the society. But when we think about vocation, suppose preparing the candle is a vocation. Once you learn the skill how to prepare candle or the matchstick or any type of जोटा हम कहूचे कौन ए घर छोट छोट जो ठुंगा तैयारी करूचे बा कौन कौन सब तैयारी करूचे these are the very small skillful work through vocational training one can become self dependent means earn money to maintain his or her livelihood. এটা স্পেশাল ট্রেনিং কিছু আবশ্যক করেনি অল্প কম সময়ে অল্প বিদ্যারে তুমি ভোকেশনালি ট্রেন্ড হইকি কিছু কাম করি পারিবো in addition to general education some training like tailoring like woodwork like candle making you should train it fruit preservation number of vocational courses are there তুমি কল সে অল্প কিছু ট্রেনিং রে you can make yourself self reliant. So it is a broad concept, professional technical course. Vocational is a not broad concept. It is narrow, small. Within a limited time, limited skill, you can do something vocational.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
Sir, tuition ta vocational education.
No, tuition is not a vocation.
So why not?
Tuition.
informal informal.
So ଆମେ earn କରୁଛୁ money for a short period of time रे.
No, no. Listen. Tuition is not a vocation. Tuition करिया पे तमे स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग बा कोनसी 3 मास 4 मास 6 मास कोर्स करूछ की?
No sir. No sir.
मोर उदाहरण दउछ तुमको ट्यूशन कर उदाहरण दउछ सुन मो तळ क्लास रे गोटे पिला पाठ पढुथला मो गां पाखर 3 थर मैट्रिक फेल सी 3 थर 4 थर से एक्स्ट्रा रे की मैट्रिक पास करछि मो जानि बारे हठात दिने मु जते बीएड करथली 97 रे से भुवनेश्वर डेल्टा छरे देखा आइगला मु ता पचाले कोन करू ना ट्यूशन करूछि मु टे भाबिली बदे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल छोटला मोर ता सीधा घर गले गोटे विराट घर भड़ा नैछि सब इंग्लिश मीडियम पिला सीबीएसई पिला को से ट्यूशन करूछि इंग्लिश ट्यूशन करूछि बुझियला तेनो एमती मोर एक्सपीरियंस तेनो ट्यूशन इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड स्पेशल ट्रेनिंग लाइक वोकेशनल ट्रेनिंग नथिंग एल्स तो मैट्रिक पास करछ आमे तो पाठ पढला बेले लोक पळे आस्थिला गां छाडी सुन गोटे गां छाड़ी गोटे लोक पळे आस्थिला से बिहार ना कोड पळे आस्थिला मैट्रिक छोट छोट पिला से कोन टिके पाठ पढे जानथला बेले ता बकरा मुसु बसेला मुसे पाठ पढेला हैला हां कोन कहउछ बे को
Sir, vocational education related to practical knowledge and professional
very good.
mainly related to theoretical knowledge.
कोठा प्रोफेशनल थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज ये
Sorry,
कहला
sorry, no professional नुहे tuition टा mainly theoretical knowledge उपरे बेसी focus करी था.
no not only theoretical both theoretical and practical तो बीएड करूछ इंटर्नशिप जाउछ स्कूल बेस्ड एक्टिविटीज वर्क बेस्ड एक्टिविटीज एवरीथिंग यू आर इन्वॉल्विंग यस और नो
Yes sir.
टेक्निकल जो माने सब मेडिकल साइंस पढुछंती टेक्निकल एजुकेशन लउछंती कोन करूछंती सो रिक्वायर्ड बोथ थियोरेटिकल एंड practical okay so
Yes,
dear
sir.
students perhaps if any question you have put in the next class it is
Sir.
6:50 सुना मो कथा सुनी सारे मो को आगा अभ्यास करो जते बेले सारे की कहउथिबे कि सुनिबो ना कि संग माने कहउथिबे सुनी सारिबो तापर तुम कथाटा कहिबो जस्ट मु 10 मिनिट रेस्ट नेला परे आ गोटे क्लास कंटिन्यू करबी 7 टारू जदि कार किछि प्रश्न अछि रखि थाओ आउ नेक्स्ट क्लास मु जल नेबी फास्ट रूम जॉइन कर जिवो पचार दबो मु 45 रो जॉइन कर जाउची यू कैन आस्क द क्वेश्चंस ओके
Okay, sir.
good night everyone
Thank you,
good
sir.
night
Thank you, sir.
Good night sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you. Sir.
thank you
Thank you, sir.
जाउची मोबाइल टा थोइके sir.